Equivalent trigonometric expressions. Question 8. Write cofunction identity for cos of 7 pi by 12. So when we say cofunction identity, that means we have to write cos in terms of sine. And how do we convert cos to sine? It happens if we do with plus minus pi by 2 or plus minus 3 pi by 2. Let's figure out where does this 7 pi by 12 land on a coordinate system. So let us say this is our coordinate system and we start here from 0 and this is our pi, right? Now if we divide it into 12 parts, then I can say this is like 12 pi over 12, correct? So each part dividing it. So 12 pi over 12 means there are 6 divisions here, right? And 6 here, correct? 6 here. So the 7th one is actually there. So we can write from here, we can make this point and we can say, well, these are 6, right? 6 pi by 12 and this is our 7th pi by 12, right? So we are 1 more than 90. So I can write 7 pi by 12 as equal to pi by 2 plus pi by 12. Well, to make it very simple for you, let me say when I divide this into pi by 12, then this is 12 pi by 12 and this will be half of that, right? 6 pi by 12. Is it okay? 6 pi by 12 is as good as pi by 2, right? 6 pi by 12 is pi by 2. And 1 more than 6 pi by 12 is 7 pi by 12. Is that okay? So let me start it again. And then I can write 7 pi by 12 as 6 pi by 12 plus pi by 12. Is it okay? Now 6 pi by 12 is 6 goes 2 times in 12. Pi by 2 plus pi by 12. So that is how I could get the relation between 7 pi by 12 and pi by 2 plus some number. There's an algebraic way of doing it also. So let me show you. So this was my neat way of doing it, which is not a standard way of doing it, right? So this is not a standard way and not really followed in books, but that is the method I follow. So if you like it, you can follow. It's a quick and fast method. Now the book's method is like this. We need to write 7 pi by 12 as pi by 2 plus some number, let's call it beta, right? So this angle, we are calling it beta, correct? So what is beta equals to? So beta is equals to 7 pi by 12 minus pi by 2. And that gives us common denominator of 12 and we get 7 pi minus 6 pi. And that gives us pi by 12. So beta is pi by 12 and therefore 7 pi by 12 is equals to pi by 12 plus 7 pi by 2 plus pi by 12. It's better to write it later. So pi by 2 plus pi by 12. So pi by 2 is this plus pi by 12 will give me 7 pi by 12, correct? So now let's start our question. So both we get the same answer. 7 pi by 12 is pi by 2 plus pi by 12. 7 pi by 12 equals to pi by 2 plus pi by 12. Now let's start doing the function now. So this is first part where we're trying to relate this with angles. Now we can say, well, cos of 7 pi by 12 is actually equals to cos of pi by 2 plus pi by 12, correct? Now pi by 2 plus pi by 12, that is kind of a rotation by 90 degrees, and what really happens here is that it changes to sine. That is a cofunctionality. So we can write here sine of the angle pi by 12. Now the second part to look into is what should be the sign of this function now, or the expression. Now cast rule decides that. So cast rule says cos is positive here only. In this quadrant, cos is negative. But acute angle, this will always give us a positive answer. But this has to be negative. Therefore, this is equals to minus sine pi by 12. And therefore, we get our cofunction identity, and that is that cos 7 pi by 12 is equals to minus sine pi by 12. So that is our answer.